Sail GP is returning to Auckland this weekend with a new grandstand, giving 10,000 fans each day a chance to get right up close to the action. 3 days out, we're joined now by Leo Takahashi and Liv Mackay, who is black foil. They're both black foils athletes, I should say. Welcome back to the show, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Good to see you. Now, I want to start with the bad and then we'll get to the good. Okay? Good. I want to take you guys back to this little collision with the Swiss team in Perth a few weeks ago. Have a look.
You had a port starboard with the Swiss and the Kiwis. Both of them were on port coming down into the gate. They both jibed. That put the Swiss on starboard, right of way boat. And there was a big crash. The Swiss took the back of the Kiwi boat off, just missing Pete Burling. Looking at the Swiss on board, it was a real thing. Pete got lucky, to be honest, and I can see why he was shaken up. The penalty went on New Zealand. The right call by the letter of the law. Could the Swiss have avoided the collision? That's the thing in my head, Andy.
How does it feel watching it back? You're both so you're kind of giggling now, which is good, but it looks bloody scary, Liv.
Yeah, I think, well, you're on the other side of the boat, so closer to it, but both of us weren't really watching that way, so it definitely gave us a fright. I'm not sure about you.
Bit of a surprise, yeah. That sound of carbon and just crunching is just not nice to be on the side of, but yeah, it's a really interesting collision, I guess. We've talked about it a lot of times and how we can kind of do a better job of it next time, but yeah, it's just not the best way to start the season.
No, but is there because you guys got the penalty, right?
Yeah.
Was that the right call? You know, whose fault is it, and how hard is it to actually avoid them?
Yeah, so that first leg, or second leg of the course, that's really where you have the most interaction with boats. We've obviously got 13 or 12 of us there that were all coming in, and it's where we're going the fastest. So it was a slight misjudgment. We were a little bit delayed, but we're talking about 1-2 seconds. So yeah, it's always really hard in that part of the course, and at that point in time, we were actually pinned, so we couldn't get out. And yeah, we've spoken about it a lot, as Leo said, and we feel like we were a bit hard done by with the damage. We feel like we couldn't avoid it at a certain point, and we felt like it should have been on both of us, because at the end of the day, it comes down to avoiding that damage, no matter who's in the right and the wrong. So yeah, we were very lucky that no one was hurt at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. So now here we are, 3 days to go before we get to watch you guys in Auckland, which is awesome. Went there last year, loved it. Going to head along again this year. Leo, how's the prep been going? What has been the focus?
Yeah, it's been great. Well, obviously the boat hasn't been in great shape, but it is now. The Sail GP team and our personal teams have been putting in a lot of work to get the boat back and ready for action. So yeah, we should be out there Friday training and then Saturday, Sunday for racing. And yeah, it's going to be epic. If anything last year was to go by, it's going to be more people and more fans to be able to get on that grandstand and watch the racing. And the forecast looks epic.
Yeah, that's for
It's going to be a really windy sou'wester. So yeah, it's going to be epic racing for the fans and for us as well.
Is that getting your first look at it on Friday? Is that normal in terms of training, or are they fixing up until then? And normally you'd like to be on it earlier.
Oh, we'd definitely like to be on it earlier. I think, especially for Leonard's job, it's very niche, so you can't. It's quite hard to practice, but that's standard for us. So the Friday practice, we get about maximum 90 minutes sailing time on the Friday, and then you're kind of straight into racing on Saturday. It's really tight turnarounds. We're racing 2 weeks in Sydney, so you can imagine the shipping, logistics and everything. It's always quite a compressed timeline there.
Leo, you're flight controller, right? So can you tell people what you actually do on board?
Yeah, so you can see the picture here where all the boats are now foiling, or should be foiling. 100% of the time, but yeah, my job is to keep the boat on the foils and yeah, make sure that we're flying kind of consistently and at a good height. If you fly too high, you can have a chance to crash, like the Danish are just about to do. But at the same time, the higher you fly, less drag, so the faster we go. So that's kind of my job, and I work well with the rest of the team to kind of get around the course, and Liv and Pete gets us around the course as the best they can. So a lot of different skills that coming into how we sail the boat together and well. But yeah, it's very niche, like Liv said, and you can't really train just because there's just no time to train. So it's all about just getting there and being on it from day one.
And you're kind of always racing too, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
It's almost like you're always training in a sense. Liv, you're the strategist. What are you doing on board?
Yeah, so I'd say 80-90% of the time I'm a strategist. I actually, in the lighter year, go into being a grinder, which is quite funny. They take off the two 90-kilo guys and put me up there. So that's another side of it. But the strategist side is I'm predominantly communications based. So I'm really looking up the course and looking at the wind coming down, and then also managing how we interact with the 12 other boats on the course and that dynamic. So we work a lot with the coaches. So we have two coaches that sit in similar situation to this with computers around, and they also talk to us during the race. And yeah, it's a constant balance, like trying to get that communication flow right for the conditions and the type of course we have, and who can provide the most accurate information to Pete so he can make a good decision.
Brilliant. Well, let's hope you get all the right information to Pete so you can make some great decisions this weekend. We look forward to seeing you both out on the water this week in Auckland. Thanks for being with me again this morning.
No, thanks for having us.